Hey you guys, I'm Tashina.
And I'm Portia.
So we decided to share our love of serial killer, true crime, anything evil.
And also give tips to help prevent you being murdered or raped and all kind of bad things.
Yeah. So we're new. But anyways,
this is our first video.
Anyways, yeah.
Bear with us.
If you guys are interested, keep watching and let's get into the dark side of you. So today we just decided to do, this is going to be a simple one. It's not too detailed. This is our first one, so we're just giving it a trial. So we're going to start with Dennis Andrew Nelson. And don't mind my eyes darting down. I got my laptop right here. I'm just using it for reference. He was also known as the Kindly Killer.
And don't mind me keep looking over my shoulder because they have tarantulas and scorpions and all. And if one of these motherfuckers keep moving, and I'm out.
So anyways, he was compared to UK's Jeffrey Dahmer. Do you see any comparisons to the Jeffrey Dahmer? I mean, I kind of see it. Not a lot, but I kind of see. We're going to get into it, then we'll talk about that later.
Jeffrey Dahmer ate his people.
Yeah.
He didn't eat his people.
No, he didn't. But we're going to get into it, and then we're going to talk about that. So Dennis Andrew, we're going to call him Nelson. That's his last name. Was born on November 23rd, 1945. He was born to a soldier named Olaf Magnus, and his mom is named Betty White.
Not Olaf from...
And not Betty White from Golden Girls. So don't mix those up. He was born in Scotland. Anyways, he was born in Scotland, and he had an older brother. His daddy basically didn't want to be a daddy. He was barely home anyways. And so one day he just said, I'm not coming home. So he didn't come home. So he abandoned the family. Nelson was only 4 years old. Is his name Nelson or Nilson?
I think it's...
Dennis Andrew.
It's...
Kindly Killer, okay? Kindly Killer. I don't want to mess up his name. But anyways, he was 4 years old when they moved in with the mom's parents, so his grandparents. And he basically got real close with the grandfather. He described those first 5 years of his life as the best 5 years ever. But you know that didn't last because nothing good lasts, right? So the grandpa died in a boat on Halloween of a heart attack. So
on Halloween,
fishing, and he just died of a heart attack. So basically, Kindly Killer Nelson he was only 5. So the mom didn't even tell him that his grandpa died or anything. Basically, all she said was, "You want to see your grandfather?" Of course, he's gonna want to see his grandfather because he loves his grandfather. So he walked him to the building. The casket is sitting there with the grandfather. He's thinking he's asleep. The mom never explained that the grandfather's dead or anything. So this is, people are saying this is the moment that shaped him into the human that he becomes. I believe that you're born evil. I don't believe you can be created evil, but I think things can happen in your life that can awaken the evil.
I believe it's both. I believe some people are born with a chemical imbalance in their brain and they're naturally, something's wrong with them. But then some people, I do believe, like, traumatizing experiences can happen, and it could turn your whole life into a different direction.
But I think you have to have that evil inside you, because so much bad stuff happens to people.
Everybody has evil inside them.
They do. They really do.
As if you let the evil
we are
take
born
over.
Evil.
Yeah.
But this, I don't know. I wouldn't say this turned him into a killer, but this might have shaped the way he kills, or the way he looks at. I don't know.
He's just crazy.
So anyway, so they still didn't tell the boy that his grandpa was dead. He basically had to put 2 and 2 together that his grandpa was never coming home. So after that happened, his mom remarried. Basically, he had a good childhood. He was bullied a little bit in school because he was shy and he was not outgoing, so he was bullied a little bit. But he struggled with his sexuality. He was attracted to boys. And he felt ashamed. He didn't know what to do. He didn't have anybody to talk to. This was in the 50s in Scotland. Scotland.
They didn't have the LGBT community to back them.
It's literally against the law. So imagine being a child not understanding your sexuality. And then, so basically he didn't do good at school. So he decided to go into the army. When he went into the army, he basically fit in the army. He liked the structure. He actually made friends there. He actually fit into there. And that's where he learned how to use a knife. He became a butcher in the army.
And he learned how to dismember people.
And that's how he got his skills to dismember people. And there in the army, he started having sexual relationships with men. When he got shipped off to the Middle East, that's when he started becoming, this is weird. This is how he started becoming not addicted, but he liked to see himself as dead, and he would masturbate to himself. So basically, he would lay in front of a mirror, he'll put talcum powder over his body, make his body look white, put paint and make his lips look gray, lay in front of the mirror where it could look like he's dead, and masturbate to that image.
But we think it's weird.
Of him being dead.
We think it's weird, but a lot of serial killers do take pictures of themselves as dead.
Oh, and let me give an exclaimer because we should have did that at the beginning. We're going to be talking about necrophilia, dismembering. We're going to talk about murder. So if this bothers you, if you guys are
cut it
sensitive,
off right now because it's about to go down.
Yeah, because I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. So if this is going to bother you, then I would stop watching it now. Okay, now.
We gave you your chance.
Okay, so
now you all in.
Now you want to continue watching. Let's go. So after he left the army, so he served in the army for 11 years. So he left the army. He wanted to find another career that he felt would be the same as army. So he joined the police force. That didn't cut it for him. You know, you notice that a lot of
serial killers are in the police force
and army and Air Force.
We're not knocking. We're not knocking it. We're not anti nothing. But
maybe y'all should do.
It makes you ponder.
Do a better mental. Don't you guys gotta check their brains? Like, don't they have a test to do? But anyways.
Been multiple serial killers.
Oh, more than multiple. You're gonna see in our stories.
Half of these dudes be investigating their own murders and rapes.
Okay, so anyways, so he became in the police force and he didn't like it. He didn't fit in. He didn't like it. So around that time, he started going to London's gay bar scene. He used to circuit the gay bars and all that. So basically after that, one day he was patrolling and there was a car in the park and two men were having sex. At that time, it was against the law. He was supposed to arrest him. He didn't feel right doing that because he's gay. So he didn't feel right of arresting them. So he went and quit. Quit the force. It wasn't for him. He became damn near homeless. He lost everything. He ended up having to sell all his stuff to survive. So finally, he's like, let me go to unemployment. EDD, you know what I'm saying? Gotta go to the EDD and go get his unemployment. So he went and got his unemployment, and at that time,
when it was checks, no cards.
And then, but he got offered a job. He was a civil worker. I never really explained what he did. What did he do? He was not a politician, but what is it called? A foreman? Yeah, a civil.
Foreman.
Yeah, they call it a civil worker.
Where he was responsible for his district. He had to if there's potholes and stuff. He was the one that advocated to get that stuff filled and all of that.
And this is in London, so they
call it something else.
Yeah, so this is in London. So he moved from Scotland when he went to the army. And he got discharged. He moved. He's in London at this time. I don't know the exact address. I told you we're going to get better with our stories further on. But this was a quick, let's get this started so we get our page started. So, anyways, after he quit, he got his job.
You said panties, but you said page.
Start our panties, we got to get it. But anyway, so, where was I at? Oh. So he got his job or whatever.
Moved to London.
But he never fit into his job. Never fit in. He was really awkward. People didn't like him. They felt like he was just awkward. And he didn't know how to talk to people. So he just didn't fit in. That's when he really... in the army, also, he started drinking heavily. So he got a bad habit of drinking.
He was an alcoholic.
He got really bad with drinking. So he started... At this time, he was unhappy at his job. He was lonely. So he started circling... The gay bar. Let me scroll down so I get this man's name that he dated. So Don't mind
And
me,
he was
y'all.
with this guy. He dated this guy off and on until he was arrested.
Okay, so his name is David.
And David had no clue he was out there murking.
So he met David at the gay bar. And that night it must have been magic because basically they never left each other. He went to David's house. After that, they got a place together. They even got a dog named Bleep. They gardened. They did gardening. They was just happy, you know what I'm saying? They was happy. But after 2 years, David was like, I'm not feeling him no more.
David couldn't handle when he got drunk. He said he was another person.
Yeah, so David just wasn't feeling.
And he asked David to move in with him. He said no. That night, he went out and murdered somebody.
He just wasn't feeling. David wasn't feeling Nelson no more. He just wasn't feeling more. So before they broke up, they actually started bringing men back home. Mm-hmm. And they were just sleeping with other men. Maybe that'll spark the relationship up again. But that didn't work. And David
Nelson was just trying to do whatever to keep David happy.
So David eventually skedaddled. You know, he left. So at that, Nelson got real depressed, like real depressed. He was really got into drinking really bad again. So he really got depressed because he was alone on Christmas. So December 30th was the first day. So he went to the one that I got, his first murder, I've read two different versions. One was a 15-year-old boy. The second one was an 18-year-old boy. I don't know which one was his first.
They found the body of the 15-year-old boy second, but they don't know which one
was his first murder. But anyway, so this one was an 18-year-old labor worker. He met him at the gay bar. So he was like, you want to come back to my place? We can have, more drinks, in a private area. So they went back to his place. They got so drunk they passed out. So Nelson woke up before him. And he got, fear washed over him that this man was going to leave him again and he was going to be alone. Just scared the shit out of him. He didn't want to be alone. So he took a necktie, strangled him to near death, then pulled him out of bed and drowned him in a bucket of water. After he did that, he washed the body and dried the body. He got so scared of what he did that he was not even interested of keeping the body no more. So he just put it under the floorboard.
Of his flat.
Yes, of his flat. That's what they call it. The flat. So he put it under the floorboard. And that alone is crazy. How do you live with this dead body?
The smell.
The dead body, in your... Anyways.
I could just imagine it probably.
Can you imagine that?
No.
A whole dead body under his floorboard.
I think my job is haunted and I don't want to... I won't be there past dark.
It is haunted. Yeah, so that's another story. Oh, it's going to be Halloween, so we're going to get into that too. But anyways, so he put it under the flat. So he didn't kill again. Well, he tried to kill again maybe 3-4 months later, but the boy fought.
Yeah.
He fought and he got away. So then Nelson was like, I'm done. So he didn't kill for a year.
Quick tip. If you ever are getting attacked and the person say, don't scream and I won't kill you, that's when you scream and you fight more. Because they're going to kill you. If they can, they're going to kill you.
And even if they do kill you, even if you fight, as long
as you went down
fighting. Fight. You made it hard for him.
Yes.
And then if you scratch him and bite him, he's going to get caught easier.
And his DNA is going to be in your nails. So
you might still die, but go out with a bang.
So yes, when they be like, just don't know. You scream, you fight, you kick.
You can be that one victim that's going to be in the storyline. Like, this girl or this man fought.
And don't scream rape.
Yeah, no, just...
You scream fire.
Yeah, or
if you're screaming, don't scream help. Don't scream help.
No.
Because nobody comes to help you. But if you scream fire, people will come quicker to put out the fire.
We're kind of asked out these days because nobody helps nobody.
But if it's a fire, people come.
I don't know. They probably let it burn. These motherfuckers. Anyways, we're dealing with some heartless people these days. These people are so desensitized these days. But anyway, we getting off the subject. So where was he at? Oh, his first killing. So he waited a year, went back to the gay club, met this tourist from Canada. Now, this is the only one that people actually looked for. All the other people that he killed were either homeless, on drugs, had no family to look for him. So this man that he, I think I have his name, Kenneth Ockodon. Kenneth. He was from Canada.
Canada.
So he was a tourist. He went to Canada, went to London, whatever. So, but he had people actually looking for him, but nobody suspected Nelson. He wasn't. He went to work every day, came home every day, didn't.
And he was really nice.
Yeah, that's why they called him the kindly killer.
He was nice.
He would actually put these people to ease before he killed them. They wouldn't even know it was about to go down. So anyways, he met him at the bar, took him back home, and I think he did him scandalous though. This one, he was like, "You want to listen to some music?" And so dude was like, "Yeah, I want to listen to some music."
He did all of them scandalous.
But I'm just saying, because dude's from Canada, so he was like, "I got the Beatles record." Beatles came out. Did the Beatles come out around the time? I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm just speculating what kind of music he was listening to. He said he'll listen to some Beatles. I don't know. Anyways, we're just gonna pretend because we weren't there. We're just gonna speculate. Anyways, so he said, "You want to listen to some music?" Set him in a chair. He said, "Here's some headphones. Let's rock out to this music. This is my favorite album." So he put the earphones.
I'm really low on wine.
Let me finish and then we can do a refill. So he put the earphones on, and while the man is just rocking to the music, he strangled him. Strangled him with a necktie. It's always a necktie. Strangled him with a necktie. Cleaned his body off. Now this is where it got freaky. So he kept the bodies as a companion. Laid them in it. Now he had sex with the body, but he didn't. Yes, but he didn't enter. He didn't penetrate the body. He had sex with the thighs. So he didn't want to mess up.
I'm not laughing at it.
I know. Sorry.
It's just
he didn't want to.
You already doing that.
He didn't want to mess the body up. I guess. Whatever. So he would have sex with the thighs. He literally would come home from work and like, "Hey, Kenneth, how was your day?" Like,
he would act like they were.
Yeah, that was his companion.
When instead of, he could have just got a mannequin instead of.
Yeah, so that was his. That's what Jeffrey Dahmer tried. Remember, he got a mannequin.
Yeah,
and the grandma
but he said that it was too hard.
The grandma found it though too.
But he tried it again when he got older. When he stopped, he wanted to stop killing.
Okay, we can have something. This is what we do, so just bear with us. Anyways, so he keeps his body around until it starts rotting and smelling. How long do you think that would take? Depends on the weather. If it's summertime, that body's not lasting very long. If it's wintertime,
it's gonna start smelling after 3 days.
In a few days. Yeah. If it's wintertime, it might last a little longer before the smell hits you. But
not if he turns the heater on.
Yeah, so they never said how long the body lasted.
My thing is how the neighbors didn't smell that.
They did. Well, they did eventually. See, they do have a lot of similarities.
No, they didn't smell it.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
This is the second house. Remember he had 2 houses. Let's just get into the story. So, anyway, I don't know exactly how long it takes to rot. So, once the body starts looking
decomposed.
Yeah, he just doesn't like it no more. He puts it under the floorboards. Right? So, this continued. Once one body goes to rot, he gets another body. And his house starts filling up. Like, eventually, it's not fitting under the floorboard no more. So, he's not decapitated. He probably did decapitate, but dismembering the bodies, putting them in his cupboards.
No.
Yes.
At that house, I thought he started that at the second house.
No, the second house he started boiling them. And
okay, yeah, you're right.
So this one has a backyard. This is mostly a house. So this is a little bigger than what he moves into. But anyway, because this is the house him and David got together. So he's putting them in the cupboard.
But David never moved in.
No. This is he got stuff. Basically, one time he told the cops. He literally opened up the cupboard and got knocked in the head with a leg.
He admitted to everything.
How do you live with this body parts in your cupboard? Anyway, so he got into it with the landlord, and they, had a big argument.
Kyla.
And dude said, "You have to go. Like, the smell is just people are complaining. You have to go." So what he did, he had to do 2 bonfires
to burn
the bodies. Now the first bonfire, the neighborhood kids came around and was dancing around the bonfire while he was cooking bodies. So he did the 2 big bonfires to get rid of the bodies. So he eventually, I didn't tell you guys the address. Now this is still known as one of the
Like you can go there and it's like a memorial.
And in London, this is still a creepy, like how we have in Hollywood.
I'm going there.
But 195
when
Melrose,
coronavirus is open.
Melrose Avenue. That is they do tours there still. They take people there, people like murder. That's just this weird, us humans like murder. We like violence, sex, murder. That's just how we're built. So anyway, yes, 195 Melrose Avenue. He leaves there. He gets kicked out of there, and he moves to 23 Carnolly Gardens. I might not be saying this stuff right. So
I can't see shit. I ain't got my glasses on. So
it's whatever gardens. I know people that are deep into this series. People that's deep into these stories are gonna critique us like they're saying it wrong.
Oh,
they're not saying it right. Okay, so what? We're new at this. We're gonna learn. Okay.
All right. If we don't, my bad.
All right, whatever. So, Carnley, whatever, Gardens, he moved into there. Well, this is a smaller area, a smaller little apartment. I actually have pictures of all this, so I'm going to show you guys these pictures. So you're going to get, once I edit
you can get an idea
all of this stuff.
Where he was doing all this and how close his neighbors were and how far they were.
So, basically, he continues. He continues to meet these guys. He killed 16 people. He said it could be more. He basically said he don't remember.
Because he said a lot of them he don't remember their names.
Yeah, a lot of them when I was researching, a lot of them didn't have names. He didn't remember their names. There's only the few beginning ones that he
and they couldn't ID a lot of the bodies by like fingerprints or anything like that because he started to cut the bodies up. Started to chop the bodies up and boil them.
Yeah, because the house he had
so the flesh could come off the bones, and then he will flush the flesh down the toilet. And that's how this idiot got caught.
That's how he got caught. Good catch. You almost said that word.
I know.
Good catch. So anyway,
that's how he got caught.
So anyway, because the house didn't have floorboards. It didn't have like what other one had. So he was like, what am I going to do? Like
he was cutting them up and putting them in trash bags.
Yes, he was boiling.
And keeping them in the closet.
Boiling them. The flesh got, when you boil, it comes off the bone and he flushed it down the toilet. Now eventually what's going to happen?
The toilets get plugged up.
It clogged the toilets of the whole building.
So the neighbors complained to come get the toilets.
Yes, so they called Mr. I got his name here. They called in Mr. Matt Cartray to come and I'm just butchering these names, but I'll get it together. Came to clear the block. So he goes down there. Imagine this. You go down there and he looks and he's like, this looks like flesh. This looks like human flesh and bones.
He found a hand.
All in this area, right? So
he found a hand in the toilet drain.
So he was like, let me go call my supervisor. Because I guess this was at night that he.
But my thing is this: why you call a supervisor? Don't call 911. I think it's a hand in the toilet.
No, he calls the supervisor. Supervisor says, "Well, go back there first thing in the morning. The first light of day, you go back and you recheck." So I'm guessing he went at night. Because at this time he just.
You're not about to send me back to where I just found a hand. So you ghosting the police. I'm sorry. I don't care if it's a fake hand. Let the police go and that hand was fake.
No, he said come back the next. So he comes back.
Is why I don't understand some people sometimes.
Then he comes back the next day and the drain is moved different. It's like different. So when he opens it up, it's clean. All there is a little patch because old boy missed a little bit of flesh and some bone. So at that moment he's like, let me call because this is suspicious. One day it's on there, one day it's not. So basically I'm believing it's human flesh. So he called the police. Let's see what the name is. Detective Chief Inspector Peter. That's a lot of names for a cop. Detective Chief Inspector. Why are you all three of them? Before you could be a detective, you could be a chief or an inspector. He all three. He must be really good.
He said he wanted it all.
He really good. Anyways, he should solve everything. He should got the knowledge of all three people together. So anyways, he got called. Took a sample from the drain, took it back to the lab, came out that it was human remains. Came back. Now, basically, they can tell where it's coming from.
This is what's crazy. Let me take over because I got it. I got to put some emphasis on this. This is where the story really gets stupid and crazy to me Cops knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Inspector Chief, whatever. Knock on the door. He opened the door. And they're like, where the rest of the body at? This is the first thing the cop says to him. This is out of that cop's, whatever his name, mouth. The first thing he said was, where's the rest of the body at? We know it's bodies in here we found in the drain. He says, it's in here in the closet. Let him in. House smells horrible. They find 2 or 3 trash bags.
2 trash bags of the human remains that get cleaned from the drain.
In the house. Then, that's in the closet. They called it, what they call it though? A wardrobe.
Wardrobe.
So, it was in a wardrobe. And then they go in the kitchen. They find heads. They find,
that's what kind of dirty Dahmer.
This is what's crazy to me though. They find all this. But yet he's not arrested for murder.
Oh no.
No.
He's not arrested. They said, should it be murder or should it be manslaughter? So, how is it you got heads and it's a man? And the only reason why he got convicted is because he had living victims.
Person that got away, yeah.
So they testified against him. But
they didn't even want to try to get him. When they took him downtown, he was not arrested. He went down for questioning. They said they couldn't arrest him without verifying who these bodies were. Because if say they arrest him for John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith and John Jacob walk into the courtroom and say, I'm not murdered, then he can get off. Don't give a name to the person. We found a human body in your house boiled.
Yeah.
Why do I need anything more than to get you off the street?
Yes. It's hard for them, too, to find names. That's why, out of all 16 victims, he only was convicted for 6.
Yeah.
They couldn't, like I said, they were home. A lot of them didn't even live in London. A lot of them were runaways. A lot of them came from somewhere else. So they had no family. They couldn't
They didn't even have identities.
They couldn't identify them. So he only got convicted for 6 people and 2 attempted murders. 6 murders and 2, and he got life. This life.
But this bastard, this is where he pissed me off at. The cop said, how do you know it was only 15 people you murdered? And he said, because he kills them with a necktie. He said, well, I used to have 15 ties. Now I just got 1 bow tie. And he admitted to everything from day one. When they was in the house,
yeah,
and he never denied.
He tried to pretend at first when they opened the door, he tried to act shocked. Like, oh, you found bodies in the drain?
But after that, it was
the cop looked him straight in his eye and was like, where's the rest of the bodies? Dude was like, in their wardrobe. In the wardrobe. In 2 plastic bags. So basically, yeah, he went to jail for life.
Which he should have got.
I think he should have got. It's just crazy with this death penalty. I mean, we're going to get into it more, but I watch a lot of crime stuff. And a lot of crimes do not match their sentences. Not even close.
Like it's somebody that
a lot of crime
20 years for stealing.
But no, some people would do 1 robbery of a store and get death penalty.
Yeah,
like it's just crazy to me. Mm-hmm. But if you have heads on the thing, I don't believe in the death penalty either. I don't believe in the death penalty. But I'm just saying, it's just crazy how I don't know. It just doesn't match.
I believe in the death penalty if you have enough evidence that is not just circumstantial or maybe or what if. You have bodies in his house. You have him admitting to it. You have 2 people that got away from him that said, yeah, he did it. In that case, you are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah, so, yeah. I don't know, but he got life. When I was researching, I think he died in jail. I think he got really sick. And this all happened, he got caught in 1983. So he's been killing, he said he's had 16, he killed up to 15 to 16 boys since 1978. He's been killing since 1978. And if he didn't flush him down the toilet, he wouldn't have got caught. If he found a better way of disposing of these bodies, he would have not got caught. He's been killing since 1978, and he got caught in 1983. And it's sad because nobody was looking for them boys. It was sad because they didn't care. And there was no bodies to find. All the bodies was in his house. That's why he never got caught. He never buried nobody.
And then the first ones got burnt. So
he got
burnt.
The
ones who got burnt, he haven't got charged for them.
No, so he didn't. there was no bodies to find because he didn't bury no bodies out there, so there's no evidence to link him to anything.
Yeah.
Kind of smart. I mean, kind of creepy,
No.
living in the house with the freaking bodies. But I mean, that's kind of smart when you get caught.
Creepy.
Okay, so let's compare him and Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay. Jeffrey Dahmer was eating his people.
Yes.
He was making butt sandwiches.
And I think that's the only difference, though. Because Jeffrey Dahmer, he never liked to be alone. He was gay, didn't know how to deal with that.
With his sexuality.
He was alcoholic. See, only
He
thing different
was.
than he tried to fight his urges. I think
Jeffrey Dahmer did try to
think
stop.
Nelson was kind of like, oh, fuck it, I'm not getting caught. Let's just...
And in Jeffrey Dahmer's situation, like, we can't blame our parents for how we turned out.
And
Because we got a mind of our own.
but both of them didn't really have a bad
but-
childhood, though.
Jeffrey
Dahmer
Dahmer's mom just didn't even care about him.
But
He
yeah,
only cared
but-
about the little brother. And then the dad, once he got...
I'm sorry.
No, shut up.
Only
Shut
white
up.
people- white
Anyways,
people kill
Shut
because their
up.
mommy don't love you.
that's not...
That's not... I mean...
That's not true.
I mean, that's not true, but I'm not racist. I'm half white, okay? So I can say this. I'm just saying... that
Okay,
they're
but Jeffrey
never
Dahmer,
more
Jeffrey Dahmer's
sensitive.
parents, his daddy, once he found him a new
But
piece,
his daddy always loved him,
He
though.
don't.
His daddy came back to him, and it was a mama
He
that...
left,
But the mama had, like, schizophrenia. The
he
mama was
left
crazy.
a 16-year-old boy that was struggling with his sexuality and struggling to fit in to fend for himself.
Yeah. So let's
Anybody at that age can go left.
Yeah, because
and
we're
that's
not
what
going
he
to
did.
ever do Jeffrey Dahmer on this channel because it's worldwide. So it's like...
But if you have any questions about Jeffrey Dahmer, get at us.
You
We'll
can
let
put
you
it
know.
at the bottom, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But anyways, we're going to I'm trying to venture out to a serial because you guys might not know. Because I'm just learning about a lot of them.
There's
A
even
lot.
a serial killer in the Antelope Valley.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's probably a couple that never got caught. But anyways, there was one that was in Edwards Air Force Base. He was stationed at Edwards Air Force
You can't
Base.
say that.
I can't say Edwards.
The military gonna shut us down.
Okay. No. You hear
Anyway.
that? But it's public knowledge, man. It's on TV. So if you could shut us down, shut the TV station down that I heard it from.
Is
Anyways.
there anything else you need? Oh, Currently Killer. It was this dude. What's his name? I don't know his name. But one of his victims that survived.
Oh, Dennis. No. Oh, the boy's name? I don't know.
Yeah.
I found him. I just didn't want.
I'm
not gonna ever say the victim's name.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean,
wanna...
we did though. I said Kenneth's name. I'm sorry, Kenneth, the one from Canada. But I really don't want to say the victims. They're not moving.
Oh my gosh!
Oh,
yes,
right.
it is. This big. It is a tarantula
That's a
in
scorpion.
here.
I mean, that's a scorpion.
Oh, a scorpion. Do y'all hear that? This thing is like that big.
And it never moves. It's just not moving. It's probably hungry. I'm not gonna feed him. My husband does that. But anyway,
It
so
senses me. He's gonna
it
eat
senses
me.
something because she never. Her name is Scribbles.
How do you know it's a girl?
Because
It looked like a boy.
her name is Scribbles.
She got a vagina?
I don't know how they check the shells different or something like
Okay,
that.
anyways.
Or the claws.
So with one of his victims, he got cold feet. And he was drowning them and he resuscitated them. So, and then when the guy came to, he was like, oh, you choked and I saved you. Let's get you to the hospital. So he can continue to be friends with this guy. And then once he got to the hospital, that's when the doctor said, there's no way you just choked. Someone tried to murder you.
Yeah.
And then he really didn't remember at first because they got drunk and did.
And he was already a drug addict.
He was a drug addict and all that. So then he said, as the time went on, him being in the hospital, his memory started coming back, and that's when he realized that like, dude just tried to kill me. So he did. I don't even understand though why he did that. He
I don't know. He just probably I don't know. Maybe he felt a connection. I don't know. But anyways,
But the guy, even when he went to jail, was still writing him while he was in jail.
it's just weird. So
Yes.
that is our episode for today. Our show for today. I hope you guys like. It's gonna be basically what the show's gonna be about is just us talking back and forth. But I want our stories to be more not detailed, but I'm gonna give more
Factual?
more factual. There we go. Because we were just kind of. I'm telling you, like you, my homie, out. work, and I'm like, hey, you see this podcast? I was listening to this podcast. That's how I'm talking to y'all.
But at the same time, if we don't give you enough detail, we will include different links where you can go.
Where I got all the information from. I
research the stuff yourself because it's from our interpretation of what
because we weren't there, and we are not agreeing with no murderers. We do not agree with killing anybody. Murderers. So if we see us laughing and stuff, it's not.
Sometimes you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
We're not sickos. Yeah. I mean, we kind of are sickos, but we're not evil.
We're not evil. We wouldn't kill anybody.
So if you guys enjoyed this first little episode, subscribe.
Or would we?
No. Have we? Anyways, if you guys like this first little episode, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys know when we post. We're going to try to post once a week. Maybe our work schedule's kind of, but we're going to we're not going to miss more than 2 weeks at a time.
Yeah.
So
we're going to try to post every week.
So we're going to try to post every week. So yeah, that is the Dark Side of Humans. We'll see you in our next video. Or will we?
Bye, y'all.
It was a nightmare.